Welcome children. Take out your geography book. Today's topic is humidity. Air with high quantity of water vapor is lighter because water vapor is lighter than air. Hence its mixture with air is also lighter than air. The warmer air has more capacity to hold moisture. Therefore, air with higher quantity of water vapor exerts low pressure and air with low quantity of water vapor shows higher pressure. Representation of pressure. Like in the case of temperature, atmospheric pressure is also represented on maps by lines called isobars. Isobars are imaginary lines drawn on a map to join places having same or equal mean atmospheric pressure reduced to sea level in order to eliminate the effect of altitude. Weather maps. Weather maps consist of isobars to show atmospheric pressure because different pressure systems cause different types of weather. The daily weather maps published in newspaper or shown on the television shows isobars. The spacing of isobars indicates the pressure gradient. The closer the isobars are together, the steeper the gradient of pressure differences over a given distance, and the weather is stormy. When isobars are far apart from each other, there is a little difference in atmospheric pressure. Distribution of pressure on Earth's surface. The horizontal distribution of pressure is largely affected by variation in temperature. Therefore, on the basis of temperature zones are the following pressure belts of low pressure and high pressure can be distinctly marked on Earth. Equatorial low pressure belt. Intertropical convergence zones. This is a zone of low pressure and parallel to the equator where northeast and southeast trade winds meet. This is also known as doldrums. Doldrums is the equatorial belt of low atmospheric pressure where the northeast and southeast trade wind converge on and meet each other, producing calm and light surface wind and a strong upward movement of air. The word doldrums has come to be associated with a gloomy, listless mood, perhaps reflecting the sultry air and variable breeze found there. In these zones, strong heating causes surface air to expand and rise. The humid rising expanding air causes convectional rainfall as it is cooled in upper layer of the atmosphere. Despite the calms and light wind, the doldrums are characterized by the turbulent and atmospheric stormy weather with heavy rains, thunderstorms and squalls. The doldrums are variable both in position and extent, usually moving northward and southward with the sun due to shifting of the pressure belt. Subtropical high pressure belts. The subtropical high pressure belts lie adjacent to the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The subtropical high pressure belts extends up to 40 degrees north and 40 degrees south. These belts are the main regions of anticyclones. In the subtropical belt, 25 degree to 35 degree north and south, the air generally descends. At first, ascending equatorial air starts blowing away towards poles above the Earth's surface. Later, due to rotation, instead of moving poleward, the air starts sinking in subtropics and is piling up, creates high pressure belt. These belts are also called horse latitude because in olden days, because of the absence of surface wind, ships had to upload the cargo to make them lighter. At times, the cargo used to be horses. Subpolar low pressure belts. The subpolar low pressure belts lie between 55 degree to 60 degree north and south. Owing to the low temperature in this latitude, the subpolar low pressure belts are not very pronounced. These are dynamically produced by the rotation of the earth on its axis. In fact, the surface air spread outward from this zone due to the rotation of the earth, which results into low pressure belt on the subpolar area. The subpolar low pressure belt is more developed in the southern hemisphere than that of northern hemisphere. The North Pacific Aleutian low develops near the Aleutian Islands and North Atlantic Icelandic low develops near Iceland. Both these cells are dominant in winter and weaken significantly or disappear altogether in summer, while the strengthening of high pressure in subtropic polar high pressure belt. The Arctic and Antarctic polar regions are cold throughout the year. These are areas of high pressure characterized by permanent anticyclone. Easterly winds spiral outward from the polar high pressure belt of the two polar region. The Antarctic high is significant in terms of both strength and persistence. In the Arctic, a polar high pressure cell is less pronounced, and when it does form, it tends to locate over the colder northern areas in winter rather than directly over the relatively warmer Arctic Ocean. Wind system of the Earth. The varying amount of insolation received on the Earth's surface bring about the different heating of the Earth. Thus, two main factors, distribution of insolation and motions of the Earth, are responsible for the phenomena which bring about changes in weather and climate. For example, wind system, pressure wells and ocean currents. It has been explained in earlier chapter how tropical region receive more insolation than temperate region. Thus there is a latitudinal imbalance in the heat budget of the Earth. As we go towards the pole, the amount of insolation received decreases. Therefore, winds are the means by which atmosphere tries to balance out the uneven distribution of temperature over the Earth's surface. In the absence of planetary wind system, it would have been impossible to compensate for unequal distribution in the atmosphere of the incoming solar radiation and the loss of Earth's radiation. Besides, winds also carry water vapor from over the bodies of water to land surfaces. But for the winds, the equatorial regions would become progressively hotter and the polar regions progressively colder. Atmospheric motion classification. Wind movement in the atmosphere may be classified into three broad categories. Number 1. Primary circulation. It is related directly to the general arrangement of pressure belts and are known as permanent winds. Trade winds, westerlies and polar easterlies. It is the primary circulation which prepares the broad framework for the other circulation pattern. Secondary circulation consists of periodic or seasonal winds via land and sea bridges, monsoons, cyclones and anticyclones. Number 3. Territory circulation. It includes all local and variable winds which are produced by local causes and which only affect the weather and climate of a particular locality or area. And with this, I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.